But have you seen how much space is in these cupboards? Because space. I mean, where do I even start? Like, Happy New Year? Honestly, the last time I've sat down and done a proper video like this was for my 1 year in the role. And that was a good few months ago. And I said then that that year has flown by. That said, I don't know where the last few months have gone. It's April and I swear yesterday it was like January. So I guess like the main part is, why haven't I filmed since then? And I think it's a combination of things. One being just time management. A, whenever I do try and sit down, something else comes up. B, I feel guilty taking time out of my day to sit down and have this little therapy session because it doesn't feel productive, because it doesn't feel like work or being productive until it gets to the editing, because that's when I can then implement new stuff I've learned and that sort of thing. It is difficult. And like there's another little one just like nagging me at the back of my mind saying that because I put so much into that 1 year video, the expectation is now there and I've set myself my own bar, my own standard of content that I keep needing to beat each time. So having to come up with new ideas, new shots, new effects to try and one up myself each time is tough, it's daunting, it is worrying because I am my own worst critic. I'll look through my plan of like, you know, last time I had 2 pages of notes for this and shot ideas and effect ideas and this and that, and this time I've only got 1, or I haven't got a theme for this video. This is going to be like 4 months worth of ramblings all in one go. I try and theme a lot of my stuff, and if it hasn't got a theme, it doesn't have a purpose. If it hasn't got a purpose, then what am I filming for? So I started off the year with a plan to do a film on New Year, New Me, and I never got a chance to sit down with that. And then it just kept snowballing and snowballing until, ironically, the theme is now time. And where has it gone? So I guess the ultimate question is, why haven't I filmed since like November when I did my 1 year video? And it isn't because filming feels like a chore or I'm not interested or I'm bored of it or anything like that. It is ultimately, if I had to bury it down to one key point, is that I don't like filming when I haven't got energy. And that goes back to like when I made videos before working for Wilmot Dixon and I did YouTube. I can pick out videos and I can watch myself filming when I'm like no energy, not in the mood, literally dead behind the eyes, and I've forced myself to sit down and do it, and I don't want to do that because I have just been tapped out the last couple of months. Everything has just got to a crux of like all my core stuff now needs to be handed in, and that's coming back. I need to resubmit bits. I just tapped out. It's a shame that the thing that I do love the most has not happened, because filming and putting all this together and just talking about my life and these little weird, creative, therapeutic talk show sessions, because words, are like my favourite bit. So one of my favourite tasks that I've done for my course has been to create a graphic. The brief was kind of as brief as that, and I decided I'd make something that A, encapsulated me as an individual, but B, I could use continuously, not just for the sake of submitting a task. So what I created was a GIF that didn't look like a GIF, if that makes sense. So a GIF is just a repeating image, but I did it in such a way that I could use it as an end slate for all my videos, and it'll be at the end of this one. But I wanted it to be looking like a picture, but it was moving, and the more you look, the more you see, and that sort of thing. And there's many subtle nods in there to my personal brand and that sort of thing. So what we've got here is my After Effects file for it. And I've built on top of this one and just added some text and stuff to it as well. But it was a picture of me literally here, I'm sat, literally here, I'm just sat on this bit of the desk. I shot it at night, basically to get rid of sunlight, and then that way I can choose what colours I wanted to implement in there. So orange and blue, which is my colour scheme. The blue is just my colour anyway, if you can't tell, and then the orange is sort of represent the Wilmot Dixon bit of it. Converse, and annoyingly I'm in the same jumper, despite this being like weeks apart. And then you can zoom in, you've got like my mug in there that is just a staple of my brand now. There's a little cassette there, there's some playing cards, there's my headphones in there. All stuff that's like a little bit retro and a little bit out there, and that's me, that's my content. The outside of my window is just the street I'm on. Not the most interesting thing. So what I did, I found some footage of a time lapse of like a neon city, because then again, that's my vibe, that's retro. That neon city, if we just, that's it, and it's just a time lapse of that for a few seconds. What I've done, I've shrunk that down, and then I have masked out the windows in the picture, so that you can see what I've done is just traced around the window frame and my face. And then a mask is basically saying that I don't want that image to be seen in there. Or I can invert it and only have that image. So it's like a little, if you have bits of paper, you can cut a bit out, and then that's your mask. So by having that as a mask, you see the street behind it and that neon city. Other bits I've got on there, I've put some smoke onto the mug, but then that smoke, where is it? There it is. Look, it's just a little bit of steam coming out of the mug. If I put that on top, you'll see that it's emanating from that bit. So I've just taken that little bit of the mug just to stick that on top. So that way it looks like the steam's behind the mug, but then in front of everything else. And that's how layers work in After Effects. Then what I've got, you've seen my signature before in my videos, but I wanted to make it a bit more special, so I put a metallic thing on it, and that's this whole other thing of having reflecting properties to it and a bobby eyes to make it look sort of a bit bubbly but a bit metallic at the same time and a different shine. So much fun to put all this together. Favourite project by far, and you'll see the full thing at the end. And like, filming has always been my favourite part of the job, whether it's here, whether it's out and about, sort of on courses, or just we've gotten away day and taking pictures. It's always been the favourite bit of mine because it is my own creation and construction of everything. It's like making your own jigsaw in that I choose what bits to represent as my own construction of the day and that sort of thing. It is a vision that I can see through to the end, more or less. And it's a shame that this is the bit that's suffered because of my own time management. It is just fun to sit down with a camera and talk about what's going on, because like I make all these notes on like ideas and stuff I could do. I'll hold it that way. I storyboard it, I plan out shots and different things, and it's just a shame that it's taken this long to get another one out. So, yeah. And even though the theme is time, time's a big theme in that it isn't just going from A to B. It's that I should spend my time doing more of what I enjoy. So because I enjoy this, I should make an effort to do it more. And if that goes outside of hours, well, it's what I want to do anyway. Then outside of theming each individual video, I kind of came up with a theme for my first year during that 1 year video. And that was just kind of settling in, finding my feet, discovering what it's like to do this as a job rather than just a hobby and that sort of thing. And what could the theme for year 2 be, I suppose? The main focus so far, at least like definitely for the last couple of months, has been my course and my apprenticeship. Completing my apprenticeship isn't a theme. Settling in, finding my feet, discovering what it's like to do this as a job is a theme for year 1. So what is the theme for year 2? I don't need to really think about that till I make my year 2 video. But if that's anything like the last few months have been, that will go by in the blink of an eye. And that worries me a bit because everything is just going so quickly now. Am I just rambling? I don't think I'm taking the time to just take it in, if that makes sense. I'm not looking for like an answer or a definitive. And this has been one of my more deeper, but also a bit more random, existential videos. But it's just nice to be making content again, I guess, and finding the time to do it. What do I leave you with? Be in the moment, I guess. I don't know. This whole video just came around by not knowing where the last couple of months have been and just wanting to do some trippy visual effects with time. Life is going too fast, and that's not an original idea and that's not a new idea. I'm not alone in thinking that, but taking life and time at my own speed, taking things in more, enjoying the moment rather than thinking about next week, tomorrow, deadlines, things coming up. Life at your own speed, I think, is what I need to take away from this and focus on.